was asked about, you said you were a little wiser person, I guess, and it said that you've learned to pursue excellence instead of perfection, and said there's a difference between the two. Kind of what was he talking about there, and how are you trying to accomplish that?
Definitely the little things that I needed to improve on this off season. Coach Smart definitely pushed me a lot to bulk up and make sure I take attention to the details that I needed for me to my playing level to be going to the next level and be able to help the team. And so that's what I did. And now that it clicked, playing some good ball now.
And what are those smaller details that you're trying to?
Angles, yeah, definitely angles to the ball. Being able to rely more on my other safety to help me make an easier tackle. Being able to rely on my teammates more, read my passes, run keys a lot, and simple things like that.
How much of your past has been you trying to maybe do too much and, like you said, not use JR, whoever's on that other side of it to?
I mean, that kind of been how Coach Smart is playing is rat trap Richard. So it kind of been me trying to like you said, farm other people's land, and so that's definitely a big improvement that I was looking on doing it now. You're good now.
You said a goal was to bulk up. How is your body different, athleticism different in year 3?
It definitely feels better. I feel a lot stronger going in with those big old hogs down there. So I have a lot of confidence in my tackling ability now. Also, I'm ready to attack the ball more and get a lot more a lot more pass deflection and things in the secondary, which our team needs.
Made a reference to the rat trap Richard thing. We've obviously been seeing you play now for a couple of years. Does it feel different being a junior now, kind of one of the more of the veteran players in this team? Does that feel different showing up to practice every day now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Having a lot of the younger guys, looking up to me, that's always a great thing. And it makes me add more responsibility because I know those guys looking up to me and they expect me to be my best every time I come out there. So every time I go, I'm good.
Along those lines, what have you seen from Lewis Singh? That's a guy that a lot of fans are excited about. What have you observed from him in practice thus far?
Lewis is a great guy, man. He listens. He absorbs everything that I tell him. He always is moving fast, and that's something you can't coach. A physical guy like that.
He's been called a big hitter. Have you seen that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Lewis definitely doesn't shy away from physicality.
Eric Stokes, one of your more aggravating teammates, right now.
Nah, man, I love Eric, man.
I have a question, Mr. LeCounte. As Mr. LeCounte, where do you think of your DB unit?
I think our DB unit is one of the best in the nation, man. We recruit guys that came here that are ready to play ball immediately. We held at the higher expectations because we are who we are. If the ball gets behind us, they score. And so, I think we're one of the best in the nation.
And what do you think of Eric Stokes?
I think Eric Stokes is not, as my brother, man. Me and him got into it yesterday over a play. Mm-hmm. But we hugged, we kissed, we made up, and now that's my friend again.
We've heard a lot about George Pickens. Have you had an opportunity to match up with him or see him on the?
Oh yeah, George is a great guy, man. He plays real fast. He got real big, strong hands. Remind you a lot of AJ Green. How his skill set to the ball, being able to adjust to the ball in the air. He's a great guy. Got a lot to learn. But also, you see flashes of young guys that I'm very excited to see George.
That's a mouthful, AJ Green there, Richard. You're
I'm not
on the guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying
that. I mean, how much are we going to see? Are we going to see him early, you think?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, that's on his side of the ball. That from what I see, a young guy is just like all the receivers making plays. All that core receiver group that we brought in, those young guys and the guys that we got now, all of them making plays. And I see a lot of those guys, and I also see George a lot too.
Have you had a role with the basketball team this whole season?
Oh no, man. I just when not there, I see them working out through the window. While we working out, I see them in the sand pit. I go over there. I try to motivate those guys because a lot of those guys on the basketball team, my friends, my close friends, and Coach Crean. I love Coach Crean. Always looked up to him as a basketball player and as a coach. And so, when I see him out there, I love to go, share a little bit of enthusiasm that I have at 8 a.m. in the morning to the guys.
You were talking about Pickens like AJ Green. You got any comparisons for Dominique Blaylock?
Oh man, Blaylock is a big stocky guy. When he catches it, you might as well, get ready to tackle. And so, I see him as, not liking to, compare everybody to a different person, but I see him as a great possession guy that's fast, super fast. His speed is very deceiving if you're not, ready for him. He's going to blow past you.
Well, we're asking you about freshmen. Tyreke Stevenson's turning a lot of heads. What can you tell us about him out there?
Oh yeah, Tyreke is definitely a guy who's getting better every day. His coverage guy, he's real, strong. Got a real strong hands, being able to move his feet. Like you said, we learning every day in that room, and I'm excited to see what he can do too.
Because the secondary is more experienced right now than the wide receiver core is for the most part, do you guys feel any extra responsibility to help get that group ready? Presumably you're battling them during practice. Is that something that you think about? We've got to help these guys be game ready by the time the season rolls around?
Oh yeah, definitely. Every time we step out on the field, I see that as an opportunity to get both sides of our units, coached up and ready to play in the game. Those guys they're switching in each play, and we out there, we fighting, we competing. So it's good. It's a great grind time, and I love competing against one of the best wide receiver cores in the nation.
So when you look at Demetrius Robertson from last year to this year, do you see any differences? Like, where do you see those differences?
Oh, man, Demetrius always been an amazing player. Not anything that I can say. From last year to this year, he's still the same guy he was, but he's definitely stronger, faster, something that you expect to see from guys every year. And, he's a leader in that room, and he's stepping up and taking that role.
Having been through spring camp and part of fall practices with Coach Warren, what does he bring to that room?
Man, Coach Warren's a great personality to have in the room, a real structured guy. He's always, like we said, focusing on the details, a lot like Coach Smart. Being able to, talk to Coach Warren all the time is a great thing to have on your side. You can pick up the phone and call him anytime, and all the guys can vouch for that. And it's just been a great time having him, and I appreciate him for coaching us hard like that.
Is there something for having a coach with a military background like that when you're dealing with you guys?
Oh man, I just be trying to ask him some war stories and stuff like that. No man, it's he's a great guy, a great leader. A lot of those traits that we need to have out here in football, just being on a unit, leading a unit, and being able to go to our battles on Saturday.
Stokes mentioned himself, Tyson Campbell, Tyler Simmons, and D-Rob, and I was asking about the speed merchants. How close are you to being in that group, and are there any other guys that we should consider speedsters on this year?
Oh yeah, man. I think I'm in that group. I mean, I don't think none of them can line up beside me and beat me. But in a 40, they faster than me, definitely. But those guys are super fast, man. Elite speed. Those guys, seeing them run every day and seeing the numbers that they put up it's amazing. Like seeing like a track team out there.
So you're saying you got the football speed to match, but maybe not the track speed?
Yeah, definitely.
And then going back over to Pickens, I mean, do you remember a play in practice that kind of just wowed you or like impressed you at all? I
mean, it's a lot of plays that's out there being made. I don't really, too much remember a specific play. I just, I love seeing all the guys go out there and compete. It's always making our team better. It's like going out there having a 5-star challenger out there. All those guys are, highly ranked and all of them going out there and improving what they can do every day.
One of those guys is Nakobe Dean. He was a 5-star prospect, and a lot of people have spoken about his intelligence both on and off the field. Have you sort of seen that, already early in spring, obviously, now in fall camp?
Right. Nakobe is a great, young guy. He picked up a playbook, and he's very smart, like how you said, very athletic. And, Nakobe's always, coming out there to work. And so that's something we also appreciate because he's pushing everybody in the room, encouraging them to get better. I'm very, excited to see what he got in store also.
Richard, how would you define success for this Georgia football season?
I mean, if it's anything that we can say, it's time for us to put our hard hat on and go to work. We got the guys to do it. Let's go out there and let's attack the day and do what we got to do.
What about an end goal like talking SEC championship, playoff, national championship, all the above?
Oh yeah, man, that's always that's always an expectation you hear. So we're gonna compete at the highest level. We ready to play ball.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.